Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be looking at 10 best Bond villains. As with every great James Bond comes a great James Bond villain. Now if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe with post notifications on, and let's go into the video. Number 10. Oddjob. While Auric Goldfinger was the most compelling villain in the film, due to his memorable and iconic scenes with Sean Connery's James Bond, Oddjob was also very iconic. Oddjob is very silent and has this imposing presence in the movie, and became one of the most interesting characters in the video game GoldenEye. Oddjob is as memorable as his boss Auric Goldfinger. Brilliantly played by the wrestler Harold Sakata, he is strong, silent type, and always dressed to kill. His secret weapon was the steel-rimmed hat he uses as a lethal frisbee. As for the actor portraying Oddjob, Harold Sakata, he was a Japanese-American Olympic weightlifter, professional wrestler, and a film actor. Unfortunately, Sakata died of liver cancer 4 weeks after his 62nd birthday, on July 29th in 1982 in Honolulu, Hawaii. Number 9. Franz Sanchez. Franz Sanchez just might be the one villain to do more personal damage to James than any other character not named Blofeld or Silva. Even though the movie he acted in, License to Kill, had really a Miami Vice lethal weapon vibe, Franz Sanchez is a great Bond villain, as it really captures the movies of the 1980s. Sanchez is extremely slimy, he is very hard to catch, and even though Bond comes close to him, he always finds a way to wiggle out. The character is portrayed by Robert Davi, who is an American actor, singer, writer, and director. During his acting career, Davi has performed in more than 130 films. He is 69 years old and got married in 2019 to his now wife, Diana Davi. Number 8. Le Chiffre. Portrayed by the brilliant Mads Mikkelsen in the 2006 Casino Royale, Le Chiffre certainly has a challenge in the movie. He became one of the most iconic villains in the new James Bond movies by being incredibly memorable and one of the most intimidating Bond villains of recent times. A lot of people already know the creepiness of Mads Mikkelsen's Hannibal, in which the actor portrayed perfectly the role of Hannibal Lecter. In 2020, Mads Mikkelsen is in talks to replace Johnny Depp in Fantastic Beasts, and we believe we will see more Mads in the years to come. Number 7. Scaramanga. Portrayed by the late great Sir Christopher Lee, the character of Francisco Scaramanga appeared in The Man with the Golden Gun. As any Bond villain, Scaramanga had a few gimmicks that made him memorable. One of the biggest was obviously the Golden Gun. The legendary Golden Gun would be later used in a lot of movies to come. This Bond villain intended on harnessing the power of the sun. He had a specific suave to him and was very ferocious. The actor portraying this role was Christopher Lee, who was an amazing actor that you would definitely know from movies like Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, acting as Saruman. As stated by the UK Prime Minister at the time, David Cameron, Lee was a titan of the golden age of cinema. Christopher Lee died at the age of 93 from respiratory problems and heart failure. Number 6. Dr. Julius No. Dr. No was the film that started it all, and as such helped to lay the groundwork for many of the Bond villains that came after him. This was the movie that created the James Bond franchise. The first actor portraying a James Bond villain was Joseph Wiseman. He was once known as the spookiest actor in American theater, so he was the easy choice to play Dr. Julius No. Dr. Julius No has a very specific look with his jacket and intimidating metal hand. He is absolutely diabolical, demented, and pure evil. He is one of the main reasons why we have a lot of James Bond movies today, because without a great villain, there is no James Bond. The actor Joseph Wiseman died on October 19, 2009 at his home in Manhattan, aged 91, dying from old age. Number 5. Auric Goldfinger. The third film in a franchise is often the most disappointing, yet the makers of Goldfinger were clearly not aware of this when making the film, as Goldfinger is often remembered as one of the best, if not the best, Bond movies of all time. There were some legendary scenes in this movie, most notably the Golden Death scene and the laser scene. The actor that portrayed Goldfinger, Gert Frube, was actually dubbed by Michael Collins, as the German actor could not speak English very well. He is most famous for his unforgettable exchange with Bond during the laser scene. Bond said, "Do you expect me to talk?" While Goldfinger responds, "No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die." Gert Frube died in Munich in September 1988 at age 75 from a heart attack. Number 4. Jaws. Played by the legendary Richard Kiel, Jaws is one of the few Bond villains to have managed to survive across multiple movies, as the villain appeared in Moonraker and The Spy Who Loved Me. The character was absolutely scary, with a giant-like height and a terrifying steel grin. Jaws became one of the most iconic James Bond villains. Jaws was almost unstoppable in hand-to-hand combat and shows zero sympathy for his victims. On September 10th in 2014, 3 days short of his 75th birthday, Keel died in Fresno, California of a heart attack. Number 3. Silva. One of the big reasons why Skyfall was so successful was the character of Raul Silva, who was brilliantly portrayed by Javier Bardem. The character of Silva is one of the most unique villains in Bond's history. Silva seems like a dark mirror of James Bond and an evil version of him. Also, he is very charmful, which makes the character even more complex. The actor portraying the role of Silva, Javier Bardem, is one of the great actors coming from Europe. In 2020, he is still married with the beautiful actress Penelope Cruz, having 2 kids with her. He is 51 years old and is expected to take the role of King Triton in the remake of the Little Mermaid cartoon. Number 2. Alec Trevelyan. Played by Sean Bean, Alec Trevelyan had a personal vendetta against James Bond. At first, Bond and Trevelyan worked together at MI6. However, after Trevelyan judged Bond to have betrayed him, he then turned rogue and began working to bring down the United Kingdom. Alec Trevelyan is the dark James Bond. He has the same training and his personality is very similar. He also loved the martinis, girls, and guns. The actor portraying this character is Sean Bean, who is one of the rare people that acted in Lord of the Rings and in Game of Thrones. In 2020, he is working on a TV series, Snowpiercer. He was divorced 4 times until meeting Ashley Moore, who he married in 2017. So I guess the 5th time is the charm. Number 1. Blofeld. The character of Ernst Stavro Blofeld is a synonym for a classic villain. He is such a classic villain that he actually has a parody version of him that was made by Mike Myers' portrayal of Dr. Evil. Blofeld is the leader of Spectre and Bond's arch nemesis, with the villain showing in multiple movies across the years. He is the character that dealt the most damage to Bond when he killed Bond's wife on Her Majesty's Secret Service. The character of Blofeld has been played by many actors as Bond himself, but for us, Donald Pleasance's portrayal of the character is the most iconic. Unfortunately, many of the actors portraying the cinema classic characters are now deceased, except for the new Blofeld, which is Christopher Waltz. Christopher Waltz plays a great adaptation of Blofeld in the 21st century. He will also be appearing in the next James Bond movie called No Time to Die. As for Christopher Waltz, he is one of the most important actors in the 21st century, acting in critically acclaimed movies like Django Unchained and Inglourious Basterds. So that is our list for this video. Let us know what is your list down in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.